Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Come on. Lock in. Hey, 18. We go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though, and it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his...
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 54 yards, and the Bears have taken the early lead. So, wow. I mean, that'll quiet this crowd right. A big one there on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, you have to be thinking, we're at home for the playoffs. That had to be a splash of cold water right in their face, don't you think?
Yeah, they got to be thinking, we're going to have to work on this and do so in a hurry. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returnable here for Davis. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. run play action. It's Wentz. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Philly. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Into the red zone. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They run for it, little Johnny. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now. And he's out right at the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
You see it? You see it?
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. On the left side, a catch by White. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Hang on, we got, you see it? You see it?
On 1st down, Trubisky flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
Let's go, let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Move.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Lock in, lock in. Hang on, we got, you see it, you see it? Blue, blue, blue.
On third down, that's Cohen. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And Bullock will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive, you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
on first down, Wentz into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On first down, they run with Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. The first throw for the backup, Davis Webb. Buying time to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Webb now from the gun, being chased out left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a play fake. Wentz going up top. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
81, 81. Hey, stop.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney!
They go counter with Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Jack, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Gun!
Out of the gun, it's Webb. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cohen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Watch him now, Barney!
From the gun, Webb. And some room to work. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch him now, Barney!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A give to Howard. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They come out here in the eye. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard taking it in. And the Bears will add on to their lead. A toss running left. That's Howard. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Here we go. 120.
Play action. Now Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go deeper. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Throwing is Wentz. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A play fake, now Webb. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to sack him for a loss of 6. What will Webb try to do here after the sack as he brings his guys up 3rd and long?
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Operating from the gun, Webb. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he fields it cleanly. Gets past one man. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Wentz. And going deep for Hill. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here we go. Waiting. Ram.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, it's Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Webb. And he will lose gains yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Webb. And with it flagged down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's taken to the 26. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And going deep for Hill. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz on target over the middle to Hill. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They pitch out to Howard. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. On 2nd down, Webb. Throw left side complete. It's Cohen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Yes.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.